Now, Gailey was multiple times. And what that tells me is that this was a crime of passion.
Like I said, show me up there doing a crime. Show me.
We have access to different cameras. You were right there at that time when the crimes happened.
This is 39-year-old Tony Rico Sanders. Moments before this interview, Tony ambushed and attacked his wife, Gailey Curcio, leaving her fighting for her life in a hospital bed. And right now, he thinks he can get away with it all, completely unaware that he was caught on camera.
We've got DNA. We've got you on video.
We have access to cameras that kind of show somebody very similar to you wearing the same clothes in that area.
And that footage will become the reason why detectives slowly begin to uncover the secrets behind Gailey's murder, because Tony is not at all the innocent man he pretends to be.
Was our whole relationship just a game to you? Did it mean anything to you, or what?
We hit every camera, and that's why you're sitting here right now. The question that we need answered is why.
At 7:45 on the morning of November 5th, 2021, Tacoma police received a 911 call from a teenage girl. According to her mother had been stabbed and wasn't responding. When officers arrived at the residence on South 9th Street, they found two victims, one inside the apartment with multiple stab wounds, and outside, near a car parked in front of the property, 44-year-old Gailey Ann Valente Curcio, unresponsive, barely alive, and stabbed over 30 times. Both women were rushed to the hospital as Gailey was placed on life support, fighting a battle for her life. The second victim, who we'll call TL, as her identity was never publicly released, regained consciousness at the hospital and gave cops their first clue. According to her, she had stepped outside that morning to smoke a cigarette when she heard Gailey screaming near her car and ran over to find a man attacking her. TL immediately called 911 in a panic and pulled out her phone to start recording, which spooked the attacker enough to run. But moments later he came back, attacking her in the very same way with a knife, and stole her phone before disappearing. But who was this man that had left one woman on the brink of death and another injured? Fortunately, investigators didn't have to look far for a suspect. Gailey had a domestic violence protection order against her ex-fiancé, 39-year-old Tony Rico Sanders. Tony had been released from jail just 11 days earlier after being arrested for assaulting Gailey shortly before their wedding. Since his release, Gailey had called police twice to report he was stalking her, but somehow and some way, Tony was never arrested or punished for this. And unfortunately, just 2 days after this call, he had left Gailey nearly dead. What Tony didn't know was that the neighborhood was covered in surveillance cameras, and every one of them caught him as he unleashed his anger on Gailey and TL. It took officers 5 days to track him down. On November 10th, SWAT took him into custody at a residence in Tacoma as he tried to flee from them. Immediately, he was brought in for questioning, and from the very first minute, he has a lot to say.
Okay, so what was your and Gailey's relationship like?
Like I said, the relationship was nothing ever wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I drink, I stay in my zone sometimes, like when I have thoughts about my dead brother or something stressing me out, I sit in the living room, I drink and process. I don't say nothing to her. I don't go near her. I just sit there because that's how I think. Her process is she locked herself in a room and she thinks, and that was cool. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I let her know, hey, I don't want to be around no one. I just need to process my own thoughts and figure out how to deal with them and how to communicate with them. Hers is she does it her way, and I've never had a problem with that. But, when you find out that she's been sleeping with 5 married guys 3 weeks before your wedding, like I said, foundation of trust and everything's destroyed. It's like, okay, how they don't make idiot books for dummies on how to communicate with it or how to stay in a relationship with a cheater and liar, how to restart it again. So the last 3 weeks, I was stressed. I got into it with her dad. I admit that. I got into it with her dad because, like I said, it comes down to the foundation. If she never said what she said 3 weeks ago, I called my old friend, electrician Freddie, that because I was mad at you, in order to hurt you, I was going to him. That's her whole. I didn't know. Like I said, my rule in a relationship, I don't care about the past unless the past interfered with the present. Then I have to start researching and looking into it. I don't bring up the past because people use the past as an excuse. That's it.
So with Gay Lee, you found out about infidelity
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Is that what? Or 3 weeks before the October 15th?
For the 16th, we were supposed to get married. So yeah, I just found out. She told my family. She told my cousin. She told my mom. She told her mom and dad. She told her sister. I said, hey, you got to talk to them because my way of dealing with things is I admit it first. And then from there, all the demons and secrets are out. Now I can rebuild and there's no hidden. I said, unless you do that, I can't move on because you may be hiding stuff still. I said, you need to give out all your secrets. I said, I want the guys' addresses, which I have. I want their addresses. I didn't look at them. I said, I just want their addresses to know who these people are. I put the addresses in a drawer. I put them in a bag. Never looked at them because I'm trying to give you some trust. So I'm trying to show you some trust too. My mom said, don't look at them. Don't talk to them. I said, okay. I threw them all in the bag and just never touched them. I never looked at them. Only thing I have is text messages from them communicating on stuff. Her giving him my schedule, her giving him my...
How did you get those?
From her.
Her?
I told her, hey, show me all your messages. That's the first thing I said. If you're going to be truthful and we're going to make this work, I need to see everything you've been doing because I have no idea. I didn't know that you were doing this. I trusted you. Why did I have to ever question you? I'm here. You're here. I've never would have thought that ever. Never. Not one day. I never had a doubt. Never one day. But once proof is there, that's different. Now you have to start tearing everything apart. I need to see all your accounts. I need to see WeChat. I need to see, first question is how many people have you slept with physically? How many people do you message on these accounts? How many people have you been talking to? And those are the only 3 questions I need to know. From there, okay, let me see. I need to see, she sent the guy Pradeep my work schedule. She told him when. And it finally hit me. I asked her, I said, how did he know where your job was? I said, you've been communicating with him because, he was just around the area. No. I said, there's no such thing just around it. Just around the area is a block, half around the block. If he lives in Renton, that's not around the area. I don't care what you say. He lives in Renton. So you gave him your work address. You took pictures of our dog. You took pictures of your car. You told him where you were because otherwise he wouldn't have known. So you've been communicating with him and you gave him information about my schedule. I said, that's privacy breaking, man. I would never do that.
So obviously, that was kind of a big deal in your guys' relationship, right? You find out she's doing this.
The big deal was when we first started dating, we have very clear rules, trust, honesty, all that stuff.
Which were all broken.
I didn't know then though.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing we talked about was, okay, so what's important to you in a relationship and vice versa. And then all throughout our relationship, she brought up, well, the kind of person and stuff, blah, 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 this and that. But yet she's doing the opposite, hypocrite. I said, you do know you're a hypocrite. You're saying this, but you're doing the opposite. I said this a long time ago when I started seeing little signs of things. I said, I'm going to tell you something. Whether you believe it or not, since you don't understand the definition of cheating is whether you're married or not, been with somebody else when you're in a relationship with somebody else. Whether they're married or not, doesn't matter. The definition of cheating is whether you know or not know. When he said he's married and you know that, he has a wife at home. He has a kid at home. They have wives and kids at home. And you still go and do it. That's cheating. Mm-hmm. I always use examples that she told me of her past. I said, after you got divorced, your friend that you stayed with in California, when you were having a relationship with her husband, who you knew, that was your friend, your best friend. When you started her husband, that's That's called cheating. Yes, you're single and divorced from your husband, but he's not, and you know that. You had a baby in this world from him. You can't deny it. That's cheating. I said, so I've always asked her, when are you going to do it again? When are you going to do it again? Because the way I grew up, if you cheat once, cheaters are cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. But I can overlook cheating as cheating as long as you haven't done it. You know, I can overlook it, man. I can overlook everything. But it's honesty. You gotta be honest.
Up until now, Tony has been painting a picture of Gailey as a serial cheater who put poor, patient Tony through hell. But what he's leaving out is what happened when he actually found out. According to a lawsuit filed by Gailey's father, about 3 weeks before their wedding, Tony discovered that Gailey had been unfaithful, and his response was to strangle and assault her. Even after this, the two stayed together, and things began getting worse. According to Tony himself, the day before their wedding, another violent confrontation broke out at their home, one bad enough that neighbors called 911 multiple times. When officers finally found Gailey, her face was swollen, and she told them Tony had repeatedly attacked her. Tony unfortunately wasn't arrested that night, and actually threatened to shoot the responding officers if they stepped onto the property, which made them leave. He was picked up the following day on a DUI, and only then booked for the assault. The wedding at this point was called off. Gailey filed a protection order on October 18th and moved out without telling anyone where she was going. But somehow, Tony still thinks he's the responsible one in all of this.
And you build again, and that was it.
Okay. So I just want to skip forward a little bit here. November 3rd, that would have been last Wednesday. Do you remember where you were at or what was going on?
Drinking over on 14th Street, yes.
That's all day or?
All day. Like I said, we made $900. We bought a shitload of alcohol, and that's pretty much what we did for the whole week.
Okay. So was that overnight from the 2nd, from Tuesday to Wednesday, or?
That started Monday morning, and it just ended this Monday.
Just ended this Monday.
We just ran out of funds, yes.
Okay.
Or they just ran out of funds. I was just a participant. Mo and White Brad.
Mo and White Brad?
Yeah.
Okay. And where were you guys at?
I met them down the street at the gas station over by the house.
Okay.
They came down there. We started off at the store. We got a rack of beer there. Got cigarettes and stuff. And then we proceeded down to 14th Street from there, and then down to G Street from there, our normal spot to sit and get drunk. Mo went to work. Me and White Brad just still chilled.
Okay, did you ever go up to the house in this last week?
No. Like I said, I tend to stay away from there. I try to stay outside that 1,000 feet mark, you know?
Okay.
Anytime I call them, I tell them, meet me down the street. You know, I have them pick up my mail for me.
Before the restraining order was filed, Tony and Gailey lived together in a house with her parents. After his arrest, Gailey moved out for her own safety and told no one where she went. In the days that followed, her car windows were smashed and the power lines to her new home were cut. Gailey called police both times, begging them for help as she was certain Tony would kill her. Tragically, nobody came. According to Tony, all he did after getting out was get high on the Big C and drink. But what he doesn't know is that officers have cameras that place him somewhere very different from where he claims.
And you're saying that from Monday to Monday, you were drinking, using cocaine out at 14th and G.
I've been getting pretty plastered. Like I said, there's nothing else to do. I don't work. What else am I supposed to do with my time? I've been trying to get a lawyer. That's what I've been trying to do also.
Okay. So Tony, what we do, obviously, is we investigate stuff, right?
I know.
We have a lot of different methods, a lot of different ways to investigate things. We have access to different cameras. We have access to different phone logs, different location things. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Because we're here today to give you a chance to kind of explain a situation that happened, okay?
Okay.
And there's actually two situations that happened. And we believe that you were there for both of them, okay?
Okay.
That makes sense? That's why we're here talking to you. I mean, it's not like we just randomly come and get you.
No, I understand what you guys up there saying. Yeah.
So when you say that you haven't been to the house for that long, for any amount of time, I gotta tell you, I don't think that you were at 14th and G for a week-long drinking and dinner. I mean, that just doesn't fit with, you were at the house all day today, right?
Yeah.
So why would today be the one day that you're there all day?
I'm there at the house.
But you said you only go there and get a change of clothes or
change your clothes and drink.
Things like that. But you've been there for a while today, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So
no,
in the past week, have you been there for a while?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I've been trying to pawn off my TVs and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little more than you said before, where you just stop, get change your clothes and leave.
I do. I go to work and stuff, so I haven't been there all day.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been trying to pawn off all my stuff because that's supposed to get my lawyer money. Yeah.
Okay. Were you ever in the area of 9th and Cedar, South 9th and Cedar?
I don't know where that is. No.
You don't know where that is?
No.
Okay.
I know Cedar is. That's the street that turns into Pine at Walmart, correct? This street out here. Cedar. To
yeah,
Pine.
It turns into Alder up there.
Cedar to Pine, Pine to Oaks.
Okay.
By the post office.
Okay. Is there any reason that you would have been around the area of 9th and Cedar on either the 3rd or the 5th?
I've been walking the dog. I take him to the park. I take him to Wright Park. I take him down different streets. I just been taking him for walks. I haven't been in no specific area.
Did you know where Gailey had moved when she left the house?
No. Like I said, I haven't had no contact with anyone.
Nobody told you where she moved? You didn't, look it up on any of the phone apps or anything like that?
Like I said, you can talk to Christine, you can talk to my cousin, you can talk to Mo, you can talk to everyone. No one, like I said, we all just, when it comes to her, that's over there.
Okay. But I mean, obviously you were pretty angry about finding out about cheating and...
No, that was only No, I wasn't mad about the cheating. It's how do we start? That's not anger.
Okay.
How do we start, or how do I trust you?
Mm-hmm.
She wants me to go to AA. I'm willing to do that. She wants me to go to anger management again. I will do that. I will do everything you want, but the question comes down to, so you have a bunch of requirements, but what requirements can I ask of you? That's not anger.
Okay.
That's the last question I always ask her. How do I trust you? Like, what can you give me? You can't give me promises because you already broke those. I can try to say, okay, I trust you, I believe you. But in the back of your mind, it's going to be doubt, because once doubt is there, it just doesn't go away. That's the problem. When I make a decision, I'm completely with it. I've been in jail, first time felony evading. I didn't cry. That was 21 days or 23. Second time I went to jail, that was King County. That was 83 days. I never argued. I never disputed. My ex, Rathany, me and her, we don't talk. I never said nothing to her after that.
Cooperating after being arrested for assault really isn't something to brag about, Tony. But believe it or not, his display of staggering IQ only gets worse.
Do you know why you're here speaking to us today?
Not a clue.
Do you not have any clue about...
probation violation.
Probation violation?
The house.
Okay.
Something that I can think of.
Okay. So we're here to speak about a very, very serious incident, okay? And again, that's why we want to talk to you and get what you have to say and everything like that, and we want to get it correct.
Okay.
So there's an incident that happened with Gailey. Okay, there were actually 2 incidents.
Okay.
Okay, the first one, some windows got smashed on her car.
Okay.
And the power got cut to her room at the new place. So what do you know about that at all?
0.
0?
I don't know where she lives, so how do I know about power, windows, or anything?
Who else would know where she lives or would want to do that to her?
From my understanding, everyone she's communicated with, no one knows where she's been. They said she hasn't been to the house since I was in jail. Last time she was over there was the 21st or 23rd, correct?
Okay.
That's all I know.
We'll spare you the rest of his ramblings and get to the point. When officers finally asked Tony about the day of the assault, his story is simple. He went for a walk between 3 and 5 a.m., bought a cigar at Spirits, was back home by 7:45, got picked up for work around 5 p.m., and spent the rest of the day drinking with friends. He denies being anywhere near Gailey's place or even knowing where she lives. But every camera in the area says otherwise.
We know that we know that you were in the area of that general area, okay? We have cameras, we have access to cameras that kind of show somebody very similar to you, okay? Wearing the same clothes in that area, okay?
Black jacket.
So we have the black jacket, we have a black jacket, we also have some other clothing that you've described, okay?
My gray hoodie, black jacket, black pants,
Okay.
work boots.
So Tony, what I'm getting at though,
No,
is that this isn't adding up really, right? So first you were saying that, you know, on the 5th you never went anywhere, you've never been to 9th and Cedar.
No, I understand. I meant that.
Okay.
Like I said.
So then we get to the point where you say, okay, I walk that way. Okay, now we're down to the time when this happened and you're in the area. Okay, and we know some people, you know, it's easy to not want to tell us what happened. Okay, but
There's none to tell you guys.
okay, I mean, I just find it interesting. Not once today have you asked like what this was about.
Like I said, I thought it was a probation violation.
Okay, and you haven't asked about Gailey at all.
Why should I?
Well, I mean, you guys were together for 3 years. I mean, that's still kind of...
No. It doesn't
You
work
still
that
gotta
way.
have feelings for somebody, right?
No, it does not work that way with me.
It doesn't work that way?
When something's over, it's over.
Okay.
And me being in jail, the court's up there saying you can't communicate with her, you can't talk to her, no third-party communication, everything. My last relationship, same thing. I've never broken it, not once. Feelings and stuff don't matter. If feelings gonna get you in jail, why the hell do I care? My family, everybody said, you're lucky you didn't get married and find out that. So, no, it doesn't work that way with me. My feelings, I give everything, but the minute somebody destroy them, why do I care? Has nothing to do with me. Court says you can't have no contact with her. Why do I care? Anything that happens outside of whatever the court says, I don't care about. It has,
Okay.
you know, my feelings come, feelings go. And even though she hurt my feelings, and even though I did, and I loved and I cared, my feelings get me put back in jail. And I know that, and I will never risk that from no one, including her. And 2.5 years, 3 years don't mean shit compared to me having to sit in jail.
Okay. This incident happened on Friday the 5th, and today's Wednesday the 10th. Okay. So that's 5 days after that we're sitting here today.
Okay.
And the reason why we waited 5 days was because we scoured every street, we hit every camera, we went up on your phone, we checked with your car, we've talked to friends, we've talked to her family, we've put a case together against you. Okay? And that's why you're sitting here right now.
I understand.
I am 100% positive that you are involved in this, without a doubt.
Okay.
Okay? And so the reason we bring you here isn't because we want you to convince us you're innocent, because we already know that this has to do with you and this has to do with Gailey. The question that we need answered is why. So a lot of times when we bring people in here, they think that, you know, by saying, hey, listen, it's over. We know it wasn't over because she had received threats on her text messages from you.
From me.
She had received threats, and that was part of the reason that she put out a protection order.
From me. The last time, what?
Just hold on.
Oh, okay, go.
Just hold on. And so part of getting our evidence together, we have video from the spirit that you mentioned a couple times.
Yep.
we have video from across the street where she lived.
Okay.
And you had mentioned that you take a special route.
Yeah.
Well, the guy in that route, he doesn't just walk by once, he walks by multiple times.
Okay.
Okay. And at one time, that guy has his hood down and he has your hairdo and it looks just like you. Okay.
Okay.
And another thing is that these crimes, they happen at a certain time, right? And guess where you're at that special time?
Out walking.
You were right there at that time when the crimes happened. And so we put together this case, and we know that you were in a relationship with Gailey.
Mm-hmm.
Now Gailey, multiple times, and what that tells me is that this was a crime of passion, right?
Surveillance footage from Ring doorbells, store cameras, and security systems across the neighborhood shows a man matching Tony's description, walking past Gailey's home multiple times on the day of the assault and in the days leading up to it. He's seen pacing the street, peeking into bushes, scoping the area. Every sighting lines up with the exact times the stalking incidents and the assault took place. And Tony's response to it all is stunning, to say the least.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't come here for you to convince us that you didn't do this, because we know you did.
And you guys say I did, man. That's it. Man, what do you say here again?
But the reason that we have you here is because I think some things got out of control. And another gal got brought into this, and she got injured also. And so when we look at this, it's like, did you plan this, or was this just something that got out of control? And that's why we bring you in here, is because we feel like you can answer those questions.
Can't answer questions regardless of what you say. You guys say I'm there, then arrest me. Say I'm there. But I'm going to stick to what I say, and I'm not here to, as you guys say, I'm not here to convince you innocence of anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here because you guys brought me here. I thought I'm here for a probation violation, and now you guys up there saying, oh, you're here because of Galen Curcio or Galen Valente Curcio and somebody else. Okay, well, if that's the case, put the handcuffs on, arrest me, charge me. Other than that, like I said, I told you guys, the story changed and stuff, but I told you guys my route. I told you guys my thing. Like I said, show me. Show me up there doing a crime. Show me. Show me. Give me everything, man. That's how, where I grew up, that's how we do it, man. If you guys gonna take me to court, take me to court. If you're gonna take me to prison or jail, take me to prison or jail. But I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time up there debating with you guys, or you guys up there saying you have all this, okay, do it then.
Stealing TL's phone doesn't erase the evidence, Tony. There were cameras on the street, cameras at the store, cameras across from her house. All of them caught him.
And so right now, Gailey, she's in the ICU right now. She's got multiple.
Okay.
Okay. And so now we have to decide, did you plan this out, or did you go there because you wanted to talk to her and the conversation didn't go well because you were sitting in the back seat and things just got out of control and out of your grasp? And then when the lady came to come help her, you were like, oh shit, I just got caught red-handed. And so you panicked, right? Or did you plan the whole thing? And that was your intention all along, was to Gailey up. And then when someone comes and intervenes, you plan that gal up.
No, it sounds very good, but like I said, no clue what you're talking about on that end, though.
But we can't paint your picture for you. This is your story, Tony. And when we put this stuff together and we present this, and you're here denying it, you're saying you didn't stay there this week, but it turns out later you did, or you say that you don't go down Cedar, but then we see you on video, and you're going back and forth, and you're actually at one point looking in the bushes, and then, we see you running from the crime scene into the alley, We see you prior to that, you throw something in someone's yard. I mean, dude, it is so there. And I know that you don't believe that we have it all here, but we do, man. And I wouldn't be sitting here right now telling you that unless I was 100% truthful.
Okay.
And so I want to give you the opportunity to clarify what happened, because you are the only guy that can answer these questions. I don't think you're a horrible person, and I don't think that you're someone who's going to plan this shit. I think this shit just got out of control, you know? And Tony, I'm not here to convince you you did this. I'm not.
You guys are. You guys saying you have family and all that.
Tony.
My thing is, I'm not going to break my probation violation, so
Tony,
I'm sticking. The probation violation is worth more than all you guys.
Tony, listen, we're beyond probation, dude.
Like I said, if
We
we
are
are
so-
probation, let's just lock me up and let's go and deal with it then. I don't care what picture you guys paint.
Tony, with all this evidence that I'm putting forward here,
Hey man,
we're past probation, man.
okay?
Right now, I'm the best friend that you've got.
Man, don't give me none of that. Like I said, I'm going to stick to that. I'm not going to break my probation for anyone. So if you guys say you have all the proof evidence, everything, I don't care what picture
Tony,
you paint.
just by you walking past our house is breaking probation.
Like I said,
And that's on
what
video.
house? What house?
That's on video. It's
What
a
house?
Cedar. Okay, you want one further? I've got you coming from that house in the backside of our house. I've got you looking into the bushes. Dude,
Okay.
if you're worried about probation, then you are not thinking straight right now. This is so much beyond probation. We're talking about first degree times 2.
Damn.
If she dies, now you're looking at murder 1. Listen, I don't just have you walking past, I have you walking past multiple times within a 10 to 15 minute span.
Okay.
I have your hat.
You say I don't wear hats.
I have a victim who just gets a protection order against her ex-boyfriend, who's now in the area at the exact time that she's okay.
I know how it sounds. I know how it looks.
Listen, dude, it doesn't sound or look anyways. That's how it is. That's how it is.
That's what you guys keep saying. So.
And so, like I told you before, man, I'm not here to convince you. I'm not. I'm here to clarify things and to get your side of the story.
Yeah, I said my side of the story doesn't matter, man.
I think it does.
It really doesn't.
If it didn't matter, you wouldn't be here.
You guys got me here yet otherwise, so my story doesn't matter. It's what your guys' story says. That's why I'm not concerned.
How could you not be concerned?
If you guys have all the stuff, use it. If you guys, we're going to go to trial, use it. If you guys have everything 100%, no question, no doubt, not based on a restraining order, not based on what you heard or seen or anything, do it.
After a short break, officers come back with one more thing. Evidence recovered from inside Tony's own house. Gailey's bag with blood on it, sitting in a box in his bedroom. Now, Tony has one last chance to consider if he wants to fess up.
When we're responding to something like this, we do search warrants, right? We're looking for evidence. And I had told you that in the Ring camera, we have you crossing Cedar and it looked like you were carrying a bag. Okay. Now, I always wondered what that bag was. I wasn't sure if it was yours or Gailey's. And
she bought us fanny packs and bags.
Okay.
And blue bags and matching fanny packs.
Okay. So when the officers are doing the search warrant, guess what they find?
They find bag.
They find Gailey's bag. Okay. And guess what's on it?
No clue.
Blood.
No.
Okay. And obviously, when you cross the street, you're carrying her bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, I think that that's obviously something we should talk about, why you have her bag.
The bag was already at the house.
Okay. Well, I know it wasn't at the house.
It was at the house.
Do you want to know how I know that?
You're saying you got it on camera and stuff. So.
No, I don't have it on camera. Based off of the date of the registration in her vehicle.
Mhm.
It was past the time you came back from jail. And so it was just recently bought, and there's no way that she could have left that bag at the house when she had actually moved out and not returned it. So when Gailey dies, which she's going to, she's gonna die. Her brain activity is minimal. They've got her on basically life support right now, and that's the only thing keeping her alive.
My heart goes out to her family. My heart goes out to her.
So when she dies, and then they look at this, what we present them,
You know,
it is not good, man.
it's not good anyway. It's never been good.
It's not good.
It's never been good. That's why I'm like, it's never been good. The way you guys explain it, it doesn't sound good one way or another. There's no light. There's no lighter of, there is no better, or wait, what is that saying? There's no greater of the evils.
At this point in time, Gailey is still alive, though barely. She's on life support with minimal brain activity, which is why detectives are not considering this a homicide, at least not yet.
Another question, how long am I going to be held for? We're just going to sit here until you guys get all the stuff, and then you guys going to take me to wherever the hell you guys going to take me, and then I go before a judge, you know.
Okay, so I'll answer that question. We can stay here as long as you want, man. We can stay here all night. We can stay here another 10 minutes. That is up to you. Okay? I've told you from the beginning, I haven't lied to you, and I won't lie to you. Okay? I've misrepresented a couple of things when I said that I thought you were an IT guy, but then I clarified with you.
No, you did.
I didn't. So there's been not one thing that I've said that was untruthful. Okay? When I told you that when I saw you in the jail, the holding cell below, that I liked you, I still like you. I actually do. You're a good guy because you're willing to have a conversation with me. You're willing to hear what I have to say. I think you're being stubborn.
No, I'm not. I'm just waiting for a second.
Okay. I know you're milling it. I know you're weighing your options right now. I get that.
I'm not weighing my options.
Okay.
I'm weighing time options.
And I get that.
I don't have a cigarette, so.
I can get you a cigarette.
They allowed smoking here again?
No, we'll go outside.
Let me smoke a cigarette. I know I can't have alcohol in here, so.
I'm gonna get you a cigarette.
Thank you.
Tony asks for a cigarette break to think, and it seems like that cigarette gave him a few brain cells, because once he comes back, he's ready to lay out everything that happened.
So what is your name?
I'm Detective Shane.
How you doing, Detective?
I'm Detective Moss.
Detective Moss. I smoked a cigarette. Now it's time to talk. If you mind me to go, like I said, I don't run from nothing. I loved her. You're right. And, you know, I got bipolar disorder, psychiatric tendencies, all that shit. But I was betrayed, and that's why I resorted to more drinking and started doing drugs and stuff. Try to forget, you know, but you don't forget something like that. I found out how where she lived by this app called Digits, since we're all on the same planet. And I signed in to Digits, and I was reading some of the text she had sent, and that's how I found her address.
Okay.
I didn't mean for it to get out of control like this. I went over there to talk, like you said, but I didn't know her schedule. I didn't know her times or nothing. It wasn't premeditated. I just wanted to talk. And then when I couldn't figure out how to talk, I lashed out and I busted her windows. I broke apart spark plugs, so it was silent. And then I took one bag from her car and whatever information I can find just to make sure it was her. And then I left. I walked around for a couple hours that first night. Some white guy approached me, or some white guy came from out the house, so I walked. She wasn't there, but he followed me, and then we talked at the end of the block, 2 blocks down, dead end, back to the street, made a right, so there's another circle. Right there, me and him talked, and then he went his way, I went mine. And then I left. I came back over there early in the morning, and that's when I busted the windows. I had to go break apart some spark plugs. Spark plugs are silent. You don't hear it when it breaks. I only broke one window first, but the bag was on the other side, so I had to break that window to get to it. The bag with the gloves and just stuff for work. She did like I told her. After her car got stolen, the Honda Accord, over from her job, I told her to put a club on her steering wheel, make it harder for me, And she did it. At least she did something I said. And then when I went back over there that morning, she still wasn't leaving at 7 because her schedule used to be 7 to whatever, and then she got off for a little, and then she go to her other job. If it was Mr. Lopez, she went over there from 5 o'clock to 10:30, 10 o'clock, based on if there's a baseball game and stuff on. I waited a couple of days, as you guys say, you got it on camera. I waited a couple of days because I wanted to talk to her, but I didn't know her schedule, so I used to just go for random walks. I go for random walks and just look for her car. And then finally, I went over there and I put stuff on the ground from a red truck that's parked over there in the front. She parked right in the middle. I put stuff on the ground so she couldn't park there. I figured she's not gonna be able to move it. So she parked farther up, closer to the red truck. And then after that, Mo had said her windows had got broken. I already knew. I said it. I just didn't say nothing. Just kept drinking and doing stuff, just trying to stay smoking. Just try to stay in the zone. And then I awakened one morning early. I think I left the house at 5. In the morning, I just walked the whole night. I walked. I seen her car parked in the back. So I knew she's gonna come out, but I didn't know what time. I walked from 5 to, it was damn near almost 8. And then finally she came out, and I went to try to talk to her like you said. But I didn't see the person standing on the other side smoking a cigarette, the woman who got me and her trying to talk, but the lady had came up and she said she was calling the cops. And after that, that's when things just spun out of control. I tried telling her to get in the car and let's talk real quick. But she said no. The lady kept on intervening. So I told the lady, she pulled out her cell phone and started trying to record it. And I said, if you record it, now you want to get a part of this. Me and her, I want to talk to her. And the lady just wouldn't. So I grabbed, she called 911 already. I grabbed her phone and hung it up real quick. And then I turned back around to talk to Gailey, but she was trying to run, so I went over there. And after, I don't remember when the knife got in my hand, but I held her for a second. I was trying to tell her, just let's talk. And then after that, because the lady kept intervening and screaming and stuff and yelling for help and stuff, I just lost it. Because she was intervening with me trying to communicate to her and just let her know. No, I just told her, I was just trying to tell her, I don't want you to, you're not taking my dog. You're not taking all the stuff I paid for. I have all my receipts. I keep all my receipts. That's why I have them. And it just felt like she was trying to take everything from me for zero. She already got the house, which I already paid, and I've been fixing up for us and everything. And I don't remember, and all of a sudden, she was just bleeding. She was bleeding, the lady screaming. That's not how I intended it. My mind goes black out sometimes. And I just don't know what I do then.
Tony claims he just wanted to talk and that things got out of hand. But for someone who wasn't planning anything, he sure put a lot of thought into it. He tracked Gailey down using an app called Digits, a service that lets you access text messages and calls from a linked phone number on another device. Since Tony and Gailey had shared accounts, he was able to read her messages and piece together her new address. From there, he broke her car windows using spark plugs, a trick he knew would shatter glass without making a noise. He placed objects in the street to force her to park in a specific spot as he stalked her and learned her schedule. And on the morning of November 5th, he climbed into the trunk of her car and waited until Gailey opened it.
Back to bed.
Let me ask you this question here. So, I mean, what was your end game here with her when you went to her house the second time?
I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to find out why. I want to know why. She said, I don't accept responsibility for my actions, but you don't accept responsibility. I take responsibility for my act. You always avoid it like your family do. You guys just blow it over. I don't do that. I confront, I deal, I come up with solutions. That's my answer to everything. I didn't have no end game. I didn't have no plan. I just wanted to find out why.
Did you know what had happened to her?
No.
When you were done?
No.
Okay. How many times did
I don't know, like I said.
What do you think?
Maybe 5 or 10.
Okay. And where at?
Like here or somewhere.
Okay. What were you trying to accomplish when you did that?
I don't know.
What is it? You know how we talked about?
Yeah.
You know, you hurt the ones you love.
No.
What did you think was going to happen?
I thought that we were going to talk.
Well, no. What did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. I thought that she got hurt and got scared a little, and then think about it. That's all. I didn't think about nothing else.
Did you think she'd come back to you? I mean, I'm not sure what your mindset was.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just wanted to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that other person was standing on the side, I didn't see it. It just got from left to right immediately.
Tell me about your interaction with that lady.
I don't know that lady.
What happened though? I mean, you said that she's yelling at you.
She was standing on the side in front smoking a cigarette. Mm-hmm. Gailey came to open up her truck, and I jumped out to talk to her, and she tried running.
You were in the trunk?
I was in the trunk.
Okay.
I wasn't in the back. I was in the trunk.
Okay.
Because her other windows were busted, I didn't think about that, so she came to put her bag in the trunk.
Okay. And when you jump out, tell me what happens then.
I said, hey, yo, just give me a second and I'll leave. I just need to clear something out my head on, was our whole relationship just a game to you? Mm-hmm. Did it mean anything to you? Or what? Mm-hmm. And then the other lady started calling the cop.
Did you start at that point?
No, it was like, I told the other lady, just go back inside and let me hear her talk, but the other lady wasn't listening. Okay. That's when I pulled out the knife. And I said, hey, go back in the damn house. But then I seen her recording me, and I was like, shit, more people. Okay. No time. The cops already on the way. There's no time. That's all I knew.
And is that when you started?
That's when I started. Yes.
Okay. Was she outside the vehicle or inside the vehicle?
Outside the vehicle.
Okay. And where was she standing at?
Open the trunk.
So she's still by the trunk?
She's still by the trunk. I jumped out. We're both standing by the trunk.
And what kind of knife did you have?
It was a DeWalt one I found.
Okay. Did you find it at your house or where'd you find it?
I found it, my roommate and me found it, Lee, when he was my roommate, we found it when we went to Pick and Pull out in Stilcombe or somewhere.
Can you describe it to me?
Black. It's not a long knife. It's like,
Is it a fixed blade or is it like a
It's a pocket flip.
you open it?
Yeah.
Where's it at now?
It's in the drain. It's everything's in the drain. The lady's cell phone. I walked down the alley. I threw everything
In the drain.
Every time I found the drain, I do one thing there, and I do the phone in a different drain. And I walked to try. I didn't take the main street. I took the back roads to get to the keto spot, and then I walked from there down.
After Tony's arrest, detectives recovered TL's phone from a storm drain, exactly where Tony told them he dumped it. And a breakthrough in the case was made as forensics pulled the 911 call and photos showing Tony attacking Gailey.
So now you Gailey, and then I understand you run around, but then you come back and the lady with the phone's still there. Tell me about what happened then.
The lady with the phone was up there yelling on the ground and still had the cops. So I get the phone out of her hand because she wouldn't let it go.
And you did that because she was recording you?
I was just trying to take her phone.
Okay.
And she wouldn't let it go.
Where?
In the hand.
And anywhere else?
I think maybe I think I only remember the hand, but it could have been twice.
Okay. She was in the head.
And then so the head, when she would let go, I tried one more time to hit her in order to pull the phone out of her hand because she had a bear grip on that baby.
Okay. And so Gailey was 37 times.
What?
To include in her eyeball. Damn. Can you tell me about that?
Like I said, I blacked out mentally. I was past the point of heated. I was already drunk. I was already, I just only slept an hour. And then I, just sat there reading and stuff, thinking. And then I just I'm going to go for a walk.
When you came back and grabbed the phone from the guy.
Gailey was stabbed over 30 times across her neck, face, and arms. TL sustained 7 stab wounds to her neck, face, hands, and temple.
Where was Gailey at that time?
I think she was up there on the ground near her car with the passenger side door open, trying to get in to lock it, but there's no window. And I ran back. Her green jacket was on the ground.
And then the bag that's at your house, the gray bag with the blood and the registration.
The blue bag.
Blue. Is that from, what incident is that from? Is that from the window breaking or is that from the incident?
The blue bag, the blue bag, the bag that's in there, they're both in the fan box in the closet in the master bedroom. Or not master, we have the second smallest room because we let Lee have the big room. The room to the right by itself.
Yeah, they found it.
There's the blue bag was from the window breaking, the one with the gloves and all that crap.
Okay.
The backpack was from the second incident.
Okay. The blue bag with the gloves in it, what's the outside of that look like?
It's like a lightish blue, bluish white, I think.
Okay.
They're both in the box in the room.
Can I ask you why did you keep those?
I was looking for information.
Like what?
I don't know. I was just looking through to see what she was doing.
Okay.
I was just looking, trying to see what was she doing. Because a friend of mine had called me and said that she rented a hotel room. I was like, what the already? That's what set me off was when he said that. I was like, what? I said, how could she all?
Would it be fair to say this statement here? If I can't have her, no one can. Is that kind of the mentality you had?
I promised her when we first started going out that if any of us each other over, I'm ride and die for life for her. And that's pretty much, that's what we both agreed on, but it didn't turn out that way.
So the way I interpret that statement is that if you don't get her, nobody gets her. Is that kind of what that means?
No, it means if one person hurts the other one and it comes down to pain, we both die together.
Is that what your intention was when you went there?
My intention was just to talk.
But then it turned into
because the other lady was there.
Did you think about killing yourself?
I've tried myself.
What'd you do?
I drank that drain cleaning stuff, the black one, the strongest one.
Is this recently?
That was the same day.
Same day.
I went and did some, I drank and then I started doing some shots of that. I was just trying to destroy. I was trying to destroy myself. I'm not going to run and hide. You know, I've been confronting. I've been trying to figure out how to communicate this to you guys as best as I can.
Yeah. Well, you know, I respect you because you stood up and, like we talked before, you know, when you make a bad decision, you still own it.
You have to. If you don't own it, then you're just running away and you're doing everything everybody else does. And I don't like running away from good or bad. You know, when I do something good or I do something bad, I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to fess up. I'm going to stand by it. And I don't agree with whatever way my mind goes. But all I have is my own mind. Nobody knows.
Okay. So we just wanted to clarify one thing about during the incident with the lady that had the cell phone. Did you actually exit the alley at any point that you remember after you saw that she was filming and calling 911?
No, I stood right there. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm calling the cops." I said, "This right here has nothing to do with you. Go back inside." That was it.
Okay. When you confronted her directly, I know that you mentioned that you remember her hand with a knife.
Ultimately, Gailey did not survive her injuries and passed away just 8 days after the attack. In 2023, Tony Rico Sanders was convicted by a jury and sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of release. Gailey did everything right. She left a man who didn't value her. She got a protection order and called the police twice, repeatedly telling them she was certain Tony would kill her. Her father has since filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Tacoma Police Department, alleging officers failed to enforce the no-contact order and allowed Tony to violate it in the days leading up to her murder. Gailey was 44 years old. She was a mother, a daughter, and someone who deserved far better than what happened to her. Our thoughts are with Gailey's family, with TL and her daughter, and with everyone who loved her.
Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.